Alright, let's dive into something that might stir a bit of debate in the Genshin community: why you might actually want to skip Flynn's in version 6.0. Now I get it. Flynn's is undeniably cool. He's got that brooding, mysterious vibe, a sleek electro polearm and incredibly polished animations. On the surface he feels like the kind of unit you'd want to pull immediately. But once you take a step back and look deeper into his kit and how he fits into team comps, the picture starts to change. Flynn's whole identity revolves around a new mechanic introduced in Nod Cry called Lunar Charged Reactions. His elemental skill infuses his attacks with electro and sets up for a combo burst path. It all sounds flashy: skill/AoE damage, burst, boom. But here's the catch: his rotation is very linear. You activate the skill, mash normal and charged attacks, and then drop his burst. While there's some variety in the alternate form of his burst depending on your setup, it still lacks depth. It's mechanically similar to older characters like Keqing or Sinnoh, and that's a little underwhelming for a character meant to showcase an entirely new region. But the biggest issue is that Flynn's feels hard-locked into Lunar Teams. His kit isn't just optimized around lunar charged reactions, it's dependent on them. And triggering those reactions consistently means stacking very specific conditions. Having characters like Anna or Loma to convert standard electro-charged into lunar-charged, syncing with the moon phase, and running a team filled with Nod Cry characters just to unlock his bonuses like Radiant Search. That's a lot of hoops to jump through for a single character to feel complete. And if you're not building into that ecosystem, well, Flynn starts to feel like a prototype. He's not someone you can just drop into a fiscal Kokomi electro-charged team and expect miracles. Compare him to someone like Raiden Shogun, who can flex into countless comps, or even Sinnoh, who, while niche, doesn't rely on an entire new mechanic to function. Flynn's isn't flexible. He demands a full lunar setup. And at C0, without those very specific teammates or constellations, he might feel flat. Even his damage scaling doesn't look exceptional so far. His passives try to balance it out by converting ATK to EM and buffing reactions based on the moon, but the early numbers aren't looking game-changing. Now sure, at Constellation 6 things take a turn. He becomes a proper reaction driver, gains huge lunar buffs, and even shares those buffs with the team. But for most players that's out of reach. So the real question is, are you ready to build a full lunar synergy team just for him? If not, then Flynn's might not be the best investment for your Primogems. But to be fair, there are compelling reasons to pull for him, especially if you're excited about Nod Cry's combat direction. He's one of the few tall, elegant male DPS characters we've gotten in a while. Think Zhongli, Kia, Al-Haytham, and there's a certain allure in his aesthetic. If you're into lore-rich, on-field drivers who reward consistent uptime and reaction setups, Flynn's might be your guy. His kit fits the identity of Nod Cry beautifully, and for players planning to dive deep into the moon phase system and lunar synergies, he could become a centerpiece. So ultimately it comes down to this: if you're in it for the aesthetic, for the lore, or because you love his playstyle and want to explore Nod Cry in full, go for it. But if you're looking for value, flexibility, or a strong plug-and-play DPS, Flynn's might just be a skip. Let me know, are you pulling for Flynn's? Or are you saving for someone like Nahida, Arlecchino, or Xiao? Let's talk in the comments.